Next we will discuss the modify commands. To discuss the modify commands, first you need to know what are the object selection methods. Because for all the modify commands, we have to use these object selection methods. Okay. First I will take few entities. I will explain about object selection methods. After that I will go to the modify commands. So all the modify commands are here. All the modify commands are here under the modify ribbon. Move, rotate. This one is trim, extend, erase. This is erase command. This is copy command, mirror command. Then this is the chamfer and fillet and blend curve. And this is the explode command. This is explode. Already I have demonstrated this. This is stretch. This is scaling. These are the array commands. So the array commands. And this is offset. So discuss about all these modify commands. I'll take few entities like circle, one rectangle, a line, and an ellipse. I'll take like this. Few entities I'll take. Then with the help of these entities, I'll explain the modify commands. Suppose I want to move this particular rectangle onto the circle. Then I have to go to move command. Once I go to move command, automatically you observe here it is asking to select objects. So I can select either one object or more than one object also I can select. Okay. So to select these objects, either one object means you can pick like this. This is called as individual picking. This small rectangle, this is called as pick box. With the help of pick box, I can pick individual items. One or two or five means we can pick hundreds of objects are there means we can't pick like this. In that case, we can go for this method called as crossing. This is called as crossing. When you click and drag your mouse right hand side to left hand side, then you will get a crossing window like this. This is called as crossing. So in crossing, the objects which are just touching the boundary and the objects which are inside, both will get under the selection set. Now observe, all will be selected. Suppose again I am going for move command. If I click and drag from left to right, this is called as box. What is the difference from crossing and box is, in box, the objects which are completely enclosed in the box, they only will come under selection set. That means here only rectangle will be coming under the selection set. This is box. Okay. Here, okay, I want to select rectangle selected. Then to complete the select objects part, you have to press enter. Enter means how many objects I want to select. That process is completed. After that, it is asking to specify a base point. So whenever we want to move any object, we have to hold the object at one particular place. I want to move this mouse from one place to another place. I have to hold it at some place. So this holding point we'll call it base point here. That means where exactly I want to hold the object. I want to hold the object at this midpoint. That we call as base point. Select this as base point. I'm holding that at that midpoint. You can observe there. Then I'll place that here at the quadrant point of the circle. Something in this way we can move the object. Not only one object, 2-3 objects also we can move. Okay, I'll undo this. You enter for undo. You can go back to the previous step. That is the undo command. Again I'll go to move. Now I want to move rectangle and ellipse. These two I want to move. Okay. Then you can select these two. Again I want to add this line. I am crossing. I want to add only the line, but unfortunately this circle is selected. I want to remove that circle from the selection set. For that, what you can do is you can go to remove objects prompt. Instead of select objects, you can change that to remove objects prompt. For that, you press R. Here, observe here, I am typing R, enter. Now it is changed to remove objects prompt. Now again you can use crossing or box to remove the circle from the selection set. Okay, now removed. Now I want to again go back to add objects, select objects. For that you have to type A, enter. Then again you will get select objects prompt. Again you can select any object you want select, you can select. Or the select objects process is completed means you press enter. Then it is asking to specify the base point. Now I want to select my base point as this point. Now I want to move all these objects to this particular coordinate point like this. I can move. Okay, something in this way we can use an object selection methods. Okay, you can add, you can remove, you can either individual picking you can use, crossing you can use, box you can use, and you can also use another option called fence. Here if you go to F option you will get a option called fence. You can create a fence like this. Now all these objects will be selected which are just touching that fence. Okay, then again press enter and move them to your required place. Something in this way you can use these object selection methods. These object selection methods are applicable for all the modify commands. All the modify commands. That's why before discussing modify commands, I am explaining about the object selection methods. Okay. Next, that is move command. Next, we will go to the rotate command. So in rotate command also, suppose I want to rotate this rectangle. Select this rectangle. Suppose only rectangle I want to rotate. So only one object. Along with rectangle, suppose I want to rotate this ellipse also. Select this. Press enter. To complete this select objects part, you have to press enter. Then base point. This is my base point. By default, it will rotate in the counterclockwise direction. So that's why by default the rotation direction is counterclockwise. In this direction, it will rotate, not like this. So if you enter positive angle, it will rotate in counterclockwise. Negative means clockwise. So positive 45 degrees. So angle is now 45 degrees to previous angle. Okay. Suppose again I will go to rotate command. I'll select again these two. Enter. This is my base point. Now minus 45 I'll enter. We'll come back to the previous position. Okay. Something in this way you can use the rotate command. Now I'll explain very important command, that is trim command. What is the purpose of trim command is you can remove some portion of the object and you can retain the remaining portion. Okay, once you enter into the trim command, so here this portion you don't want, just click here. This portion you don't want, you just click here. This portion, this portion, this portion you can remove like this. So something in this way, whatever portion you want, you can retain. This portion I don't want here, this portion I want. Okay, in this way, when too many objects are overlapped and you want a particular portion, you can go for the trim command. Okay, so this is 2021 version. That's why trim command is very user friendly. If you are working with previous versions, you have to work with a little bit care. Next command is extend command. What is the purpose of this extend command is, this line is drawn up to here. I want to extend this up to this line. You can extend like this. This arc is drawn like this. You want to extend this arc. You can extend it like this. To the nearest object, it will be extended to the nearest object. Here it will be extended like this. Okay. Object is not there means it will be extended to infinity. So that we don't want. Okay. So any object is there, we can extend. Suppose the line is like this. You can extend this to this circle. Again you can extend this to this. Again you can extend like this. Something in this way you can do the extend operation. Okay, that is trim and extend. These two are very, very important commands. Suppose the rectangle is like this. You want to make a fillet. Fillet means a small curve here. You want to apply small curves here at all those four corners. Then in that case, go to fillet command, and first thing is you have to set the radius. Go to this R option, radius option. Then radius I want to set as some 10. Set the radius as 10. Then select these two sides. Automatically you will get a fillet. Next again here also you want to get fillet. You can apply fillet. Here I apply chamfer. Here apply chamfer. Here for chamfer you have to set distances. Go to distance D, enter. Distance I want to set as 10 and 20. Okay, first distance is 10, second distance is 20. So here if I select this as first, then here I will get 10, here I will get 20. First I select this I will get 10, this I will get 20. You can observe 10, 20. Again I am going for this fillet, chamfer. First I am selecting this, means here I will get 10, here I will get 20. Okay, something in this way you can use the fillet and chamfer commands. Next, this is erase command. Erase command means line is there, circle is there, arc is there, rectangle is there. So if you go to erase command, you can use this crossing, or you can use the box to erase these things. Okay, this is erase command, or you can simply select and delete, that also you can do, or you can go for this erase command. Okay, this is copy. What is the difference between move and copy is, move means you are moving this object to the another place. Copy means you are keeping this object here and you are taking a copy of it to the other place. Something in this way you can make number of copies. That is copy command. Okay. Next we will see the mirror command. What is mirror command? Suppose if you have any object like this, okay, if you copy it, the same shape you are taking to the new place, but you want to get the symmetrical shape on the other side, means you have to go to this mirror command. Take the mirror command, select all these objects, press enter, then click the first point here and second point here. That means you are placing the mirror perpendicular to the screen with the help of 2 points. Second point you can keep in the inclined direction also. In this way also you can keep, or you can keep in the exact vertical position or exact in the horizontal position. Exact horizontal position also you can take. Okay, exact vertical position now I am taking like this. Now you are getting the mirror image of it. Okay, and here it is asking one option, erase source object, yes or no. This is the source object. This source object you want to erase or you want to retain? I want to retain, means no. You have to select no. Then you can retain the source object and you will get the mirror image. Yes means this will be deleted. Okay, that is about the mirror command. Then explode command, already I have explained. Explode is used to convert this polyline. If you select this polyline and click on this explode, automatically polyline is converted into normal line. That is the explode command. Then stretch. The stretch command is used to stretch the shape of rectangle or polygon. Any polygon you can stretch. Suppose rectangle I can stretch like this. This and this and this and this, and I can stretch like this. Here you can see stretch command, stretch command I'm using here, that is the stretch. Okay, now this object, some object is there like this. I want to scale this object, that means I want to increase or decrease the size of it. Then you can go for this scale command. Go to scale command, select this, press enter, specify the base point. I am taking the base point somewhere here, and scale factor I am taking scale factor as 2, means the size will be doubled. Okay, again I'll take the scale command, I'll select all these. This is my base point, and it is asking scale factor. Scale factor is 0.5, means half of it. Again it will come back to the original size. Again I want to decrease the size. This is my base point, or this is my base point. Want decrease size to 0.25 times. Will further decrease. Okay, in this way you can increase and decrease the size. Okay. Next, I am taking a rectangle. Okay, this is the array command. So rectangular array means select the object. You can keep this object in some number of rows and columns. Okay, select the object. This is the object. Enter. Now how many rows and columns you want, that you can enter here. Columns, for example, 5 columns. Rows, 6 rows. Okay, now you can check 6 rows. This is above positive x and positive y. In positive x direction, positive y direction, these are moving. Okay, distance between the rows and columns you can enter. Distance, suppose I am entering some 15 here, 20 here, 15, 20. The distance you can get all the rows and columns. Okay, once everything is set, you can okay. Then you can set this rectangle in this many rows and columns. Okay, so that is the advantage of the array command. Again I take a rectangle, and I'll take a circle also with 2 points. Okay, now I'll demonstrate what is the polar array. Polar array means this object I can keep around the circle. Okay, base point is this. So how many you want, how many items you want, that you can enter here. Suppose I want some 15 items, 15. Okay, so angle 360 degrees angle, within 360 degrees angle I want some 15 items. You can enter like this, click on OK. Now you can check 15 items are there around it. Suppose you want to make a gear wheel like thing, then in this case this is very helpful. Okay, suppose the arc is there. Along the arc, suppose I want to make these things, then this is the object, this is the path. So along this path, how many want? Okay, along this path, suppose 6. Along this path you can set 6 between, taking this distance as 30. Taking this distance as 20 means you can take more. Something in this way. You can do the array. So that is about array command. Next, offset. Circle is there. I want to get similar circle inside or outside, and go to offset command. Then offset distance it's asking. Offset distance I'll take as 10. Enter. Select the circle. And outside I'm clicking. Outside I'm getting one more. One more outside. Okay. Suppose I want to get inside. You can select inside. Outside you want, you can go for outside. Okay. Something in this way. You can get the similar shapes outside or inside. Okay. until it is existing. So this is the minimum circle. Beyond it, it can't exist. That's why you can't go inside. You can go outside. So this is about the offset command. Okay, these are the modify commands. Okay, so after that I'll explain how to write the text. Suppose here I am taking this circle. Below this circle I want to write text as this is circle. Then in that case you can go for annotation. Here single line text is there, multi-line text is there. Here I go for single line text. So here click the first point. It is asking to specify height. Whatever height you want, you can click. I want this much height. Okay. Then it is asking angle. Angle I want in horizontal, that means 0. And 0 only. Now you can write the text. Then this is circle. Enter 2 times to end the command. Okay. Suppose the circle height, you assume that this height is too high. In that case, what you can do is you can go to properties, control plus 1. If you press control plus 1, you will get the properties. Okay, this is the properties dialog box. So here text height you can adjust. Okay, here text height you adjust like this. Text height is now 8. I want to make it as some 6. Okay, 6 is okay. So circle. In same way, here I am taking rectangle. Here I want to take same text height and I want to write rectangle. Then in that case copy this circle. Here you want to change this as rectangle. That's why use edit text, ed command. Ed enter. Select this. Now you can type rectangle here. Okay, something in this way you can edit the text. You can write and you can edit the text. Okay, next one is dimensions. How to add the dimensions. Here under this menu all the dimensions are there. Just go to linear, select this first point, second point. You can get the dimension like this. For circle, just go to radius, you will get the radius like this. Any inclined line is there means you can go for inclined. Angle means angle. Arc length means arc length, etc. You can apply the dimensions. These dimensions are not that much visible. To make them more clear, what you can do is go to annotate, and here under dimensions click here. This is the dimension style menu. If you click here, you will get the dialog box. This is the dimension style dialog box. Okay, here you can create a new style or you can modify the existing style. So I'll modify the existing style. So here go to fit. Here 1 is there. Instead of 1, I'll increase that to 3. Then primary units I'll take as a decimal. Here comma is there, that I'll change to period. And I don't want any decimal places means you can take this as 0. Then OK. Set current, OK. Now you can check, this is 78, this is very high. Now it is becoming too bigger. Again go here, modify, go to fit, take this as 2. Set current, close. Now this is OK. In this way you can set the dimensions. Okay, again come back to home. So that is about dimensions. Next we will see what are the important object properties. So object properties means now we are using only white color. Suppose I want to change this color as red. I can change. That is one property of this object. Suppose I have kept green color here. Then whatever object I am drawing, that will be in green color. All these objects which I am going to draw will be in green color. Already existing color I want to change. Then select the object and go to color and you can change the color. In this way you can change the color. Color is one property. Next, different types of line thickness we will use. Okay, suppose I want to change this thickness of the rectangle as like this. We can change the thickness. So here thickness is not visible. To make it visible, what you have to do is line weight minimum. You have to turn down line weight. Line weight you are getting now here. So this line weight icon is on means it will be displayed, off means it will not be displayed. That's about line weight. Next, line types. Different types of lines also we have to use. For that, this is the line type property. You can go on, you can click on other, and here you have to load different line types. Click on load. Click on load. Here I want to add dashed line and center line. Use control to select these two at a time. Control, select these two. OK. Two types of lines I have added here. I want to change this as center line, and I want to change this as dashed line. To set the scaling of these line types, you can use LTS command. LTS. This is another important command. LTS to change the line type scale. By default, it is 1. If I enter 0.5, it will be like this. It will be like this. You can observe the change from previous to this. So that is the change. That is about line type. Okay. Now another important command is layer is here. Layer is the transparent sheet placed on the screen. So for example, suppose this is there. If I write something on this directly, this particular image will be spoiled. Instead of that, if I place a transparent sheet on this, if I write something on the transparent sheet, this original image will not be disturbed. So in this way, here we are physically placing the transparent sheet. But in AutoCAD, we are virtually placing the transparent sheet. That virtual imaginary transparent sheet is called a layer. Okay. So how to create a layer? What the advantage of layers? That I'll explain now. Okay. To create any layer, go to this particular layer properties dialog box. Okay. Here you can add a layer, new layer. New layer is there. This new layer I am giving the name as test layer. For this layer I can add a color. This is in red color. For this I can add some line type, line weight also I can add, but I am not adding, just adding color. Okay, close. So here test layer will be there now. Now I am keeping this test layer and I am applying dimensions in the test layer. Observe here. I am applying dimensions in the test layer. Okay, here green color is there. This you keep as by layer. Here you have to keep as by layer. That means layer color it will get. Radius and this radius, this length, this length. So all the dimensions I am keeping in test layer. Okay, if a very big complicated drawing is there, all the dimensions are there, means original object it is somewhat difficult to observe. In that case, what you can do is go to these layer properties, or here you just turn off this particular current layer. Once the layer is turned off, then all the objects in that layer will not be visible. What are the objects in the test layer? Dimensions. Dimensions are not visible now. Again, you want to get the dimension means just turn on this. You will get the dimensions. Okay. So that is the advantage of layers. So you assembly is there. Very big assembly is there. 12 parts are there. Each part you can keep in one layer. Dimensions you can keep in another layer. Something in this way you can create multiple layers and you can usually work with the layers. Okay, that is about layers. Next thing is, what is block? So block means you can combine some objects. So here create a block. I'm creating a block. I'm giving the block name as T1 test one. Specify a reference point is asking. I'm taking this as my reference point. It is asking to select objects. In my block, I want to select this object and this object. These two are objects. I want to create as one block. Okay. Click on OK. Now these two objects are created as a block. I want to insert that block. You just go to insert. This block T1 is available. Just insert it somewhere here. Wherever you want, you can insert that. So something in this way, some combined objects you can create as one block, and you can easily insert that wherever you want. For example, you are making a nut or you are making a bolt. That nut you can create as one block. That bolt you can create as one block as nut and bolt. Whenever you want, you can easily insert it. That is the advantage of block and insert. In the same way, you can create a group. Okay, you can create a group of this object and this object. You can create as one group. These two will be combined. Now these two will become a group. Suppose you want to again split them, you can ungroup them like this. So that is groups and blocks. Okay. Now under utilities menu, you have some utilities to measure this. Always it is not required to keep the dimensions here. You can check the distance directly by picking 2 points. Here to here, what is the distance? That distance you can get here. Distance is 53.33, something you will get here, or it will be displayed here also. Something in this way. Distance you can check, radius you can check. Radius is some 19.4293. Diameter is this, something in this way. Okay, you can check the angle, you can check the area also. What is the area of this rectangle means you can check. These 4 points you just complete, you will get the area. Perimeter you will get. Something in this way you can use the utilities. This is the brief introduction and about all the 2D commands in AutoCAD 2021 version. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.